live. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. We should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. The people they know that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about these days, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we have to live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life anyway. We all know time is running out every day. But people didn't know that life is not a game that we play. If you're not sure about this test, I want the whole world to confess that we all should try to live our life the best way that we can. So I know we only have one life to live, and we have to live it. Don't even strive on negative vibes, 'cause you won't make it, no matter what they say. You should always try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life. Try to live a positive life anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We only have one life to live, and we gotta live it. Yes. Yes, greetings, family, greetings, family, greetings. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes. We have a fabulous show for you today. This morning, welcome. I'm glad to be on this morning. You know, I used to do a morning show back in the day. Those applause button, boy, I'm paying them well. They want to applaud again. That's what I like. Paying them well. You know, I used to do a morning show back in the day, and I'm used to doing the morning show. I used to do from 6 a.m. to like 10 a.m. back in the WWRL radio days, and I'm proud to be on just doing this special show because my friend here and dear confidant, the one, the only Natasha Dezonie, lives in Tanzania. She manifested something in Tanzania, so she's doing her thing in Africa. She's an author of a new book, Neuro-Cosmic Manifestation. And I'm proud to have her on. And of course, we just want to remind everybody at 1 o'clock today, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The time has changed. It was supposed to be 7 o'clock, but due to Malik Zulu Shabaz's, of course, hectic schedule, we changed the time, and we're going to be speaking to our beloved brother Malik Zulu Shabazz today about the Book of Khalid. Oh yeah. And I said in the flyer, of course, I said this may be the most controversial or healing books of the NOI and the Black Power, Black Panther, New Black Panther movements in history. Can peace prevail, or will this tear them to pieces? Only time will tell, right here on King Simon Presents. So we will have our beloved brother Malik Zulu Shabazz live and direct in the building. Also, just want to remind people, if you do want to do a Numerovation session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. And if you live outside of the United States, if you live in Canada, England, Africa, and you want to do a session with me, we'll do the time and check out the time between the two places. But text me via WhatsApp. Please text me via WhatsApp if you live outside of the United States. If you live inside the United States, hey, text me any way you can, you know what I'm saying? But if you live outside of the United States, text me via WhatsApp. Also want to thank some of our sponsors, pedalwise.com. Big up to pedalwise.com. If you want those 10% coupon discount, check this out. This is the 10% coupon. That's King 2021 at www.pedalwise.com. That's right. Place an order and get that 10% off coupon and show them some love. Tell them King Simon sent you. Know how we do all the time. Also, got to big up one of my teachers, the one, the only Lloyd Strayhorn, world-renowned astronumerologist. Sign up for his Udemy course by going to his website. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. And my classes are coming up also, but you have to email me. Depends on the amount of people that I get in my class, because I'm only allowing in my particular class 10 to 20 people. So far, there's about 5 to 10 people that have requested. I haven't even put out the how much it's going to charge and all that. But my particular class is coming up also. But please email me at the said email that I got on the description here on the flyer. That's the numerovator@gmail.com. That's the numerovator@gmail.com if you want to participate in that class. Also, big up to Janelle Lewis. Spoke to her yesterday, and big up to her and happy birthday to my young son, Jordan. Also, her birthday is coming up also. But if you want a licensed real estate salesperson and a consultant, please call her or text her at 347-496. Well, I'm giving you my number, 347-866-1153. That's 347-866-1153. Give her a call and let her know that King Simon sent you, or text her. Also, my partner in Vive will be coming up momentarily. Aisha Amor, big up to Aisha. Empress Aisha Amor should be coming up momentarily, but please support her products also. I'm going to make sure we get a business line for her. Maybe she needs a Google line so people can contact her instead of going through DMs, because not everybody has Instagram and all that. Not everybody has Instagram, so we might want to show love, get a Google phone line for her and show her how to get that done, and then she could have a business line where people can contact her and email her. But in between time and in the meantime, this is her contact for spiritual upliftment, self-esteem, consultation, or someone to speak with. Contact Empress Aisha Amor at Empress Aisha Amor Gmail, or send us some Cash App love at Empress Amor, and her PayPal is Aisha McBride at Gmail. So make sure you show us love. She's been doing a wonderful job when we do interviews together, and she's gaining momentum in what she does, and she's even bringing in people to interview also. So enough respect to her and what she is doing. And for this month of February, guess what? Melanated History Month. I don't call it anything else. Melanated History Month forever. DM or text me via 347-496-1022, and please DM me on Instagram if you want to get that special $5 off until February 28th for my book, whether it's hardcover or soft cover. Please DM me on Instagram. That's King Simon Production on Instagram, or text me via 347-496-1022. It is now $5 off on my books, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numerovation for Mental Stability. So make sure you get that. And of course, these are the books. These are the books. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple. Our children's health is important. And no promotion is bad promotion. All publicity is good publicity. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get those books. And if you buy those books, the ones that I just mentioned, the three last ones, you're supporting myself and Dr. Africa's legacy. So make sure you come on in and let's make it happen. Big up to everybody that's tuned in. Of course, just want to remind everybody, if you do want to purchase my sister's book, it is in the chat. Neuro-Cosmic Manifestation, 84-day interactive guided journal for healing and transformation and abundance. So make sure you tune in, because our sister is going to be coming up exactly at 10 a.m. our time, but it's 6 p.m. African time or Tanzanian time. Our sister, the dear one, our dear sister, Natasha Dezonie, who is also not only a sacred woman practitioner, but she's also a mental health therapist. She's also a transitional doula. And she wrote this is her first time being an author. And she wrote this great book that you see right there on the front. Beautiful color. Although she sent me the PDF or the Kindle, I made sure I purchased the hardcover, because that's what you need to do. Support each other, support each other's journey, because writing is not an easy thing. It is a discipline. Even our dear brother that's coming up at 1 o'clock will let you know. It is a discipline. Believe that. It's not the easiest thing to do. So I want to make sure everybody's clear. Writing is not the easiest thing. So I'm so proud of my sister and what she's done and how she's doing the things. And she'll be coming up in 1 minute. Before I bring her up, I think I see my co-host in the back. So we better make sure we bring up my co-host before we bring up our sister. Let's welcome her on our stage. But in fact, let me bring myself in. I don't know why I'm playing. I need to show my beautiful smile as mother flipping usual. Yeah, baby. That's right. That's right. I'm in a hotel, as you can see. I'm actually in a bungalow in Miami Beach. I'll celebrate my birthday, and I celebrate my birthday my whole month. So give me a round of applause for doing that. You know, I got to celebrate my birthday the whole month of February. Melanated History Month. That's what I call it. Melanated History. Let's bring up my girl, my partner in crime, another number two. She's another number two. Matter of fact, these two are born the same day, which is interesting. Yeah. So let's welcome Empress Aisha Moore. What's up, Empress? What's up? Yay! Lot of mercy.
Yes.
What's up, girl? How you doing?
Oh, doing great. Yes. Oh my God, look at all that sunshine.
Yeah. I just have to cut. If I pull it out, I would be sucked in with the brightness. I just can't do it right now. So I gotta look good. Because after this, I'm going for a bike ride. I go for a little workout. Then I'm coming back to do this 1 o'clock show. But how you been? Everybody's all right? How's the family? Good?
I woke up to a snowy day, so it is snowing out there.
Oh, really? Y'all can hold that snow right where it at. It's
sunny over there, snowy over here. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so snow and sun. I like these combinations. Well, thank you very much for coming out. And I see my sister on the line. Let me just introduce her, because I know her well. I've watched her in her journey. She's been a participant. I don't call my people that participate in my class a student. I call them my participants, because we're here to share information with each other. But without further ado, this sister that I've known, I've watched her in her journey, a sacred woman. She's done landmarks. She's a mental health therapist. She's also a PhD candidate. She's doing her thing, and she has written this great material that we're going to talk about. Her first time being an author, and this particular material is called Neuro-Cosmic Manifestation. 84. She's talking about 84 days. It's 84 days she's talking about that she did this manifestation thing, man. I'm telling you. And she's going to talk about it, because she's been about it. She be about it. She be doing her thing. I want to welcome on stage right here on King Simon Productions and King Simon Presents with Empress Aisha Moore and myself, King Simon, the one, the only, Natasha Dezonie, as we welcome her. Let me take this off, of course, and let's bring her on all the way from Africa. Oh my God, she is in Africa right now. Oh my God, she's in Africa. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, I'm serious. I'm happy to see it. Yes. Wakanda forever. Matter of fact, as a matter of fact, her and I went to see the movie Wakanda Forever, the Black Panther.
Oh yeah, we did.
What's up, girl?
Hi, Simon. Hello, Empress Aisha. Thank you for having me.
What's up? What's up? How's the family?
Um,
How's everything out there?
amazing. I'm just thankful for just the space to be here in the motherland.
Mm.
I
Mm.
can't see y'all.
Don't worry, you put me
Okay.
in front. There you go.
Oh.
There it is. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. So I'm just thankful for just the opportunity to be here in the motherland. It's amazing. I'm amazing.
Of course, the weather is nice.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I want to introduce you to one of your birthday twins, Aisha Moore, Empress Aisha. You born the same day.
I heard. Oh my goodness.
I
Happy
love
birthday,
it. I love it. I was like, oh wow, this is great.
twin. Wow. Alignment. I love it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
You know, I'm Aquarius, so I need that other side of me, which is the Leo. So I gotta have the equation,
Uh,
vice versa. That's how it works. Air and fire. That's how it works. It works well.
right.
Well, you know, first and foremost, congratulations on the new book. I've been reading
Thank
through it, and
you.
of course, I want to give you a round of applause for that because it is a discipline to write. It is a discipline,
Thank you. Thank you.
and it's not easy if you're second guessing yourself or being indecisive. You know the regular sitting.
What? Right.
It's not.
And you
Right,
definitely know me.
yeah. And we always try to encourage each other to do what we got to do to make things happen. And you've had an interesting journey before we get into the book. You had an interesting journey, especially through your childhood all the way through
Mhm.
now. Let's tell the audience about yourself and your journey as we just pull back and put you in the front to talk to the world. And we're going to shout out, of course, scroll your book and scroll everything to contact you and everything. So tell the people about you briefly, about who you are and your journey. Quick, please.
Thank you. Thank you. First, Simon and Aisha, but thank you, Simon, for always believing in me, and thank you for always giving me opportunity. This man right here, no one ever know me, gave me my first opportunity to speak. With our late Dr. Laya Africa. So I want to thank you for the opportunity, but also just thank you for continuing to support my work and my development. Who am I? I'm Natasha. I would say that I'm a wellness and personal development teacher, and that has been bloomed from my own journey as a self healer. I mean, I grew up in Jamaica, moved to America when I was 13. I experienced a lot of trauma, childhood trauma, from sexual trauma, from abandonment. I mean, and all my life, I would say, not most of my life, before I went on my healing journey, I was always not only obese, but I had mental health issues from, I would say, I suffered a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. And it was when I remember I got a diagnosis, I would say 3 years ago. I was pre-diabetic, I had ovarian cysts, and also being obese. And it was and the doctor didn't give me much option than just, watch your cholesterol. And it was when I took action from that day, when I took action and said, that's not going to be my life, taking pills or insulin or whatever that looks like for people that are chronically ill. And I started changing my diet, and I changed my physical activity, and I started getting mental health therapy to deal with my abandonment and childhood trauma issues. And just doing those natural things in the beginning of my healing journey, I overturned diabetes, pre-diabetic. I overturned, obesity. I overturned ovarian cysts naturally by just doing those things for, I would say, for like 6 months. So after that, I become a big advocate for wellness and holistic way of living. But the layers continue. Healing is a continuous journey, and to unpeel the layers, you have to go deeper. And I start going deeper into spirituality and to deal with my sexual trauma. And that's when I met Queen Afua, the Queen Mother. And
Yes, give her a
I
round
to
of
be,
applause. Give her a round of applause.
yes, yes.
And
And
don't
I,
say Dr. Africa. I did give Dr. Africa a round of applause. Forgot about that.
yeah, Dr. Africa too.
Yeah,
My late Baba. Yeah.
yeah,
Just those two individuals. I mean, Dr. Africa and Queen of Forge have really taught me how to that I am my own healer, but also getting into African spirituality. What does that look like? That we are creators from our creator and we're all connected. I mean, just those two journeys and those two pillars in my life, it really given me so much empowerment to know that I too can heal myself and so forth. So that's my journey in a nutshell in like
and,
5 minutes.
and you sticking to that, right? That's good.
Right, right.
Before I hand it over to Empress Aisha, um, like I said, I basically know part of your journey, and like I said, I'm very proud of you to even take the journey, because many of us don't take the journey. Many of
Mm-hmm.
us have fallen. Many of us have taken our life. Many of us
Mm,
have given up,
mm-hmm.
and it's so important. And I want to speak to the audience directly. It is so important that you don't give up, family. Don't
Mm-hmm.
give up, because, like I've said many times, I almost gave up a few times, even to my in my family, and now I have 9 beautiful children that are doing their work and 10 grandchildren. You
Mm.
know, at my age, like youthful age, and it
Mm-hmm.
what people like Natasha and people like Empress Aisha Moore have shown through their own traumas, that we can keep on moving and keep on surviving and keep on being our best. You see the shirt that I'm reading: live clean, fight dirty. I mean, if you have to protect yourself, you have to, if you have to protect your children or your family, you got to fight dirty, but live clean in your life. And this is a 52 nation block. Big up to another Aquarian named Master Mo, who trains 52 blocks, and and it's a martial arts system that comes out of Africa throughout the prisons of America. So the question I have for you, my dear sister, this book that you have of planted and in the minds of people about this neuro-cosmic manifestation. What is neuro-cosmic manifestation from your perspective?
Yes.
Okay. From my perspective, neurocosmic manifestation is you aligning your entire being with the universe, with the cosmos, with align your entire being to manifest your dreams, your goals, your aspiration. I mean, we're already doing that in the physical. I think a lot of times when we want to manifest things, we know the physical thing. For example, you want to lose weight physically. That may look like changing your diet. That may look like, going running, exercising. But get deeper, and getting deeper looks like when you're manifesting with the cosmos. I mean, that for me, that looks like even with you in the book, we talk about the moon cycle, using the moon cycles to manifest. When there's a new moon, you plant new seeds, you plant your intentions, using numerology. I mean, using, I would say, different tools that's use different tools to manifest the things that matters to you. And it's in the book.
Yes, yes, it is in the book. Yes, it is in the book. And Empress Aisha, please, give a question before I give another question. Go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
I would like to understand, why did you make the journey to Africa?
Mm.
Mm. The reason why I made the journey to Africa, so I was living in New York, and when COVID was happening, and I would say that I got a call in because I was doing a lot of work around grief. So grief was coming up a lot, and not only was I grieving my own loss at that time, my loss of a relationship, but I was also supporting clients with their own grief and so forth. And then I took a certification to become I would say, a debt doula. And, I completed my certification. And then, I see a lot of grief in the world because of COVID. A lot of people dying, and not only people are losing their loved ones, but people are also losing a sense of themselves. I see people also losing, I would say, jobs and just losing a lot. And I got a call in that I should explore how different, I would say, different countries grieve. Because the way that I see that the westernized society grief, it was very, I would say, very sad, very like death is the end, very like finite. And I remember when I went to Egypt 2 years ago, or even last year, I went to Egypt. The way that I saw our ancestors grieve, explore death. It was more of a homegoing, they build these big temples in celebration of the kings and queens going home. So I want to explore more how other cultures grieve and expand on that. And Tanzania so happened to be the first country that was open and that accept me, open, I would say open harm. So my whole thing for coming to Africa is to explore how different culture grieve and death and dying, and to see how I can bring that back to either my studies as a PhD student or even to my clients, because I don't think death is the end. I think there's, so if that makes sense.
In your introduction, and I always tell people to read introductions because introduction is exactly what it says. The introduction, it's introducing you to the world and introducing the book that's about to come in. It says in your introduction, it says, for many years, I had several limited beliefs about my productivity. I was lazy, the queen of procrastination, and I lacked focus. I later learned that my brain had been impacted by trauma. So in that paragraph, that touched me, because many of us out there are suffering and are lazy like that. They don't want to do, they just want to be comfortable and just do what they can do just to survive. But what was the transformation from that laziness and the queen of procrastination? What was that transformation? What was that like for you?
Right. Thank you. Well, it's a process, and everybody said knowledge is power, but knowledge is just half the work. Once you have the knowledge, what are you going to do with it? So learning that literally trauma impact your brain. When you've been to traumatic things in your life, it impacts especially your frontal lobe, the part of your brain responsible for planning, decision making. So many things that part of your brain does. So knowing that trauma impacted my brain, I could have sit down and just as an excuse and just stay in comfortable zone. But again, I guess it's a fire in me. If I didn't have that skill, because everything I feel like, you can always develop as you can develop. So, because I know I was being impacted by trauma, I would say the journey was learning how to develop these skills around planning, and I would say transformation. So I always seek whatever I don't have within myself, or not fully develop in myself. I would always seek, I would say, what are mentors or people that can support me to develop that thing that I want to fine tune. So, for example, I start working with an organizer. There are people literally out here that are trained to help you to learn how to organize and to plan. So I work with a planner, I work with an organizer, same thing. I also work with different person development group like Landmark. And I feel like those two things really fine tune my lack of planning and making decisions. And I also continue to have like a mentor to support I would say my development, to continue to make sure that my intention match my behavior and so forth, and the things that really matters to me.
And before I give it to Empress Aisha, you always text me about something you always text me to ask what's my opinion and what you should do. And what do I always say? What do I always say? If you remember, what do I say to you?
You always say that I already know, and it's always within me.
And I,
So,
and I always, I always say, go with what you feel, because I know
right,
once you go with what you feel, it's usually what it is. Even in that
right,
travel to Tanzania, you went with what you feel. And
right.
that was important because you asked me about it, and I said, go with what you feel. You consult the numbers. It was your travel, using your travel cycle and all
I
that.
am in my travel cycle.
Using the 5-year cycle, doing your thing. And I said, go with what you feel. Even with Empress Aisha Moore, because 5 is also a communication cycle. That's when I said, after your birthday, you can come on. Let's do what we do, because this is about communication and media. That's how we consult numbers, and don't negate the GPS within yourself. There's a God
Absolutely.
positioning system in you, a guidance positioning system. We have to always go there, but consult the numbers if you have to, or consult other spiritual teachers. But please look within yourself.
Right.
Both of y'all are powerful under powerful numbers. Powerful numbers. All the numbers are powerful. It's just how you use it to make yourself better. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, Empress. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When you have mentioned a mentor, is it do you have a mentor that also holds you like accountable?
Absolutely. Yes, I have a mentor that helped me. I'm sorry, are you finished with your question?
No. Yes. I mean, yes. Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, I do have a mentor that hold me accountable. In fact, I guess as a number two also, I'm very highly sensitive. Um, so I actually have a mentor that is specifically, I would say, is it trained? Well, trained to deal with people who are highly sensitive. And it's just been one of my biggest, I would say, one of the biggest tool towards my transformation, because when you're working with somebody that knows how your brain literally operates, and it really put, I would say, it just make you feel at home that somebody understands you, but also somebody's going to hold you accountable no matter what you say. All the excuses you want to make in the world why you can't do something. They just show up for you. I remember telling my mentor, that I want to go to Africa in the middle of a pandemic. And when a lot of my family, not a lot of my family, but when people, I would say first, people around me first, like heard the decision that I wanted to go to Africa, they would be freaking out. Like, do you have all the money in order? Who are you going to stay with? So that they're freaking out because, they want me to be safe. But when I told my mentor this, that I wanted to move, she said, okay, so what's the next move? How are you going to plan this? So, I feel like a mentor, especially that hold you accountable for your growth and transformation, that's training that, it really help you to not be afraid to take, I would say, action in spite of what the outside world may say or do.
That's beautiful. That's good.
That's powerful, and I want everybody to contact our sister. We're not finished with her yet, but I want everybody to contact her. I'm going to definitely post. I posted the link in the chat. Please buy her book. Of course, it's called Neuro-Cosmic Manifestation. As you can see in the chat, I have it up there in the chat. Let me put it up from the chat. That's the chat. It's on Amazon right now. Not only did she send me the PDF, but I also ordered the book myself because it's all about supporting each other's journey.
Thank you.
It's because I like a physical book in my hand. Also, if you want to send her a love gift, her PayPal is ndezonie@gmail.com, because she is doing work out there. And also she got holistic LP@gmail to contact her via email, because she is doing work out there, working with the African children, working with the African mothers and fathers out there. I seen something on her Instagram where she's sitting down looking like they're doing a nice little meditative circle. And that's important, because that is the motherland. And even people over there are traumatized. Let's not get this twisted. And we keep on thinking that motherland, oh my God, I go to the motherland. But they've been colonized also.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
tell us about that journey over there, because you're in the place that Bob Marley sang about. Happy belated birthday to Bob Marley. Yesterday was his birthday. Bob Marley sang about Tanzania,
Really?
Zimbabwe. Tell us about your journey over there in the great land of where Bob Marley sang about, and many other reggae artists, Tanzania, please.
Okay, so Tanzania was not my original plan. When I was manifesting this dream to travel, I wanted to go to Ghana actually,
Mm.
but Ghana was closed.
Yeah.
And this is how divine Tanzania is the one that chose me. I'm not gonna cry, but Tanzania really chose me.
Mm-hmm.
So the date that because I booked my ticket to Ghana, nobody could tell me that I was not going to Ghana. And the day I booked my ticket, and I think like 2 weeks later, one of my friend told me that her friend, she's going to Tanzania, and my friend told her that I also want to I'm traveling to the continent. So so I spoke to the friend that's traveling to the continent, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to Tanzania. You should come." I was like, no, I'm going to Ghana." She was like, and she was telling me all these things that she want to do in Tanzania, and I was like, that's good for you, but I'm going to Ghana. So she was like, "Let me know." I'm sorry. She was like, "Let me know if you're going to Tanzania. You want to come along." So the next day after speaking with her, my ticket got canceled for Ghana.
Wow.
So I was like, so it's divine that Tanzania is where I'm supposed to go. So literally the next, I would say 3 weeks, I pack up all my stuff in storage, and I gave up my apartment, and I came to Tanzania. And I even that sister that I was staying with that I know in New York, 3 weeks later, I had to move out of her home and move into a university. To get a different space because the way that my spirit is set up, I need certain type of things in my environment to flourish and to thrive. So I moved to into university, and they have houses here. And I just want to say that I was so focused on working on my business, so focused on like getting things out because I got to survive. But what Tanzania teach me is the power of the pause, the power of just really sitting down and pausing. I feel like coming from New York, we're always on the go, go, go mode and the busy, busy, busy mode. But Tanzania have really helped me to develop that pause, just that way of being. And the people, I mean, a lot of people they think I'm Tanzanian. They assume that every Black person is Tanzanian. So it's so amazing when people can't understand, how can a Black person don't speak Swahili? How can you not speak Swahili? I'm like, cause I'm from Jamaica in America. I just don't speak Swahili, but I'll learn though. But the people are just one of the most. I remember Dr. Africa was telling me that Black people are one of the most kind people because we always say sorry for everything, and I was like, yeah, we do say sorry for everything, but this is actually happening here in Tanzania. Pole is a word that they say. Pole is like a Tanzanian word that they say sorry. I mean, you're running outside and they see you running, you're stressing. Pole, pole, pole. I mean, the people are just so they're so kind. It's one of the most, especially as a woman. I know, I can admit that a lot of times I have my guard up, especially because of past experience. And I've learned to actually, here in this space, really let my guard down. I mean, even just yesterday, I went to the waterfalls with 3 guys that I probably met twice. One guy for the first time, another guy for the second time, just as brothers and sisters, showing me around, didn't want anything extra from me, but just traveling money to pay gas to take me to the waterfall. I mean, in my experience in Tanzania, especially where I'm at in Arusha, the people are one of the most kindest people I've ever experienced. I mean, even here at the university, like they don't know me from anywhere, but the directors give me opportunities to work with our staff with the wellness work. I mean, I just can't. I've never experienced a level of kindness and this level of community. I'm talking about real community. People, you can't just pass somebody and just like act like you don't know them. Like you say Abari, you say Mambo. It's just, I can't explain the level of community here, and just a level of like genuine love without I mean, even Bojabanta says, I want to be loved for not who you think I am, but who you want me to be. But it's just genuine love. Nothing, I mean, yeah. So I can go on for days.
New York.
That's so beautiful because I look at some of your pictures and I see people that look like me, friends, like they could be my cousin, for real.
Right.
You know, man, for real, with a big smile, and even the children. When I was a child, I looked at
Ah,
the little boys that I seen in there. I said, "My gosh, it looked like me when I was a little baby, when I was young." And I said, but you've manifested a few trips. You've manifested, you know, you've used even without you knowing. You've been using neuro-cosmic manifestation.
right.
The Queen of
Hmm.
Four when you went to Kemet. There's a picture of you going to Kemet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize we do little neurocosmic manifestation, but
Every
you're giving an 84-day journal and guided
right.
journal.
Hmm.
Now, how is that? How does this work? How does this journal work? Because in your introduction, from the introduction, you said how to use this journal. But I want you to briefly, because I want people to get the book. But you also speak about the use of crystals, cosmic planning, universal guides, neuroplasticity, meditation, and visualization. Speak more on that so people can understand where you're going with this journal and why this journal is so important. This is the journal right here, family. Why this journal? Very beautiful book. Look at that.
I love.
Neurocosmic manifestation. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, family, the 84 is an 84 day guided. This is something. It's guidance that you're trying to get here for yourself. So explain more about that for our audience, please.
Okay.
Yes.
So think about a baby. When a baby, a baby need a womb to come to life, right? I
Yes.
mean, and a baby need a safe space to develop. So I want you to think about your dreams, your aspiration, your goals, all of those things. This book is a containment. This book is a containment for you to put all your dreams and your aspirations and your goals in. But I would say a lot of us have dreams and aspiration, but all and dreams and aspiration. But how do you connect that with the cosmos? I mean, I put the moon cycle, using things like the moon cycle, things like using numerology. I mean, things by using crystals. There's a quote by Robin Sharma I want to read that says, everything is created twice, first in your mind and then in reality. I mean, I'm big on this thing called I would say mental rehearsal. And so that's why this journal, I would say, it give you step by step, I would say, how to first just think about like a garden, like not like, well, a garden. And before you plant like a new soil, or a new plant or new seeds, you have to, I would say, clean the soil so that the crop will, I would say that the soil will be clean for the next the next, I would say, the next plant. So this journal allow you to heal and clean up some of those limited beliefs first. I mean, clean up some of those shadow things that are keeping you, so those fears that's been keeping you from your actual goals and aspiration. And then once you get away from those, I would say, the shadow work part of it, then you step into your ideal life, like your ideal life of the things that you want. So I break it down into 14 dimensions. I'm big in 14 dimension of, I think, I see that not only from my experience, but working with others, I would say they struggle with, from mental health, physical health, spiritual health. So you clean up all those limited beliefs around different things, and then you start working on your ideal life. What do you want that to look like? Using crystals. I'm a big fan of crystals. Music. I mean, music is so healing. And the different crystals are correlate with, so for example, different for relationship. A big crystal for relationship is rose quartz. So using different crystals to to help your manifestation be more real. I mean, and also numerology, neuroplasticity has to do with using just the mental work, the mental rehearsal. I'm big on visualization, and I firmly believe, not only from my own experience, that you can sit down and literally visualize the life that you want. But rehearsing it, one of the biggest things that I put in a journal to support us with, I would say, that mental work part is emotions. I mean, a lot of people want to run away from emotions, but emotions plays a big, I would say, a big role in our life. I mean, it's just about how you use it. And even Dr. Africa was saying, like, anger is necessary. You can be so angry one day, it motivates you and inspire you to, like, let me take action. I mean, so I put a lot of, I would say, these elevated emotions. So for example, you know, when you're visualization, add some elevated emotions to your visualization. So for example, elevated emotion is gratitude. And you have a lot of different, I would say a lot of different other emotions in there, but using different things, I would say not only with the cosmos, but also using, I would say, practical things that we probably struggle with in our everyday life to make our manifestation come to life.
Good, good, good. Well, hey, go ahead, Empress. Go ahead, do your thing.
I just need to be a little clear. When you say use the cosmos, what exactly does that mean?
Well, for me, that looks like using, like, for the moon cycle. I'm big on using the moon cycle to plant, to set your intentions, but also to use the entire moon cycle to accomplish that goal. So you start out with I would say you would start out with the new moon, and the new moon is where you plant a new seed, you plant a new goal, you plant a new intention, and then you go into crescent moon, and crescent moon is where you start planning. So you set the intention, you plan the intention, then you first quarter moon, you take action, and then I would say from there, the full moon, you celebrate, and then it goes around in circles. So there's 8 moon cycles. So using the moon cycles is a big thing, I would say, to help you to manifest. But also spirituality, numerology, I feel is a numbers are a big part of the cosmos. So using numerology is another, I would say, spiritual system that has also helped me. Like, I'm so intentional I'm so intentional about using these different systems. Like, for example, when I was coming to Africa, I'm pretty sure Simon, number 5, like, I want to plan my ticket on the 5th day. I'm paying my bills on the 8th day. Like, the 8th day of the month. So using the cosmos, using these different things to practically in your everyday life, but also with your manifestation to plan it, I would say, that way. And also crystals, that's definitely off the earth. So yeah.
That's like, you know what? Why did you pick 84 days?
So again, go back to numerology. So 84, 8 and 2 is 12. So 12 is the number of expansion. So expansion, expression, and communication. So that's one of my biggest, I would say, biggest inspiration to use it, but also I didn't want it to be rush. I want people to have time to move from because they have 13 chapters from layers to layers. So it give people enough time, I would say, to really be intentional about their manifestation and goals and execute it.
That's beautiful.
And I'm like I'm glad she says that. I tell people all the time that numbers is here to guide. That's what it's here to do. It's not here to control you, it's here to guide you. And if we use it to that capacity, like most of us are using GPS nowadays. And sometimes we live right in the block and we using a GPS to get home. We don't know all that work. Natasha and Empress, I usually leave my phone at home. So I want to go back into memorizing or intuitively connecting to what's going on. I don't need the phone all the time. One time we used to have our phones at home and you leave a message back in the day. So I'm just going back. I watched you in this particular picture that you look so. I'm gonna put this picture up right now. This picture, you look so much at peace.
Wow!
This particular picture. What were you doing at this point of time? And I know this is in Tanzania because it looks so beautiful. I love the background. And sometimes my father, when he went to Africa, I haven't been there myself yet. I will go. He says it reminded him of Jamaica. Tell me something about Tanzania that reminds you of Jamaica itself.
Everything, especially where I'm at. So that's my backyard. That's
That's
my
your
backyard.
backyard. Oh, your backyard now.
That's my backyard actually. And in the backyard, that's behind me right there. That's that plant. That's lavender.
What?
Yes, that's lavender. Right there. So I was just in the backyard, I would say, I was just taking pictures, to be honest, for promo
Right.
of my business because I firmly believe like nature is one of our biggest healers. And just sitting in nature is is one of the easiest and simplest things that we can do to get to reconnect ourselves, to ground ourselves, back to ourselves, with ourselves, and with the divine. So that's what I hope that picture inspires others to see and want to do.
No. I believe me. It's definitely been inspiring to me, of course, as I get all my paperwork so I can travel. Because I tell people all the time, Natasha, you think me I travel? No, but when we get them paperwork there,
Hey,
for 3 years, me God, for 3 years, God,
blup, 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 blup.
out of here. Y'all don't know Jamaica, Africa.
I didn't say what Tanzania was. I would say Tanzania remind me of Jamaica with the dirt road because I grew up in Portland, so Portland is very country, very rural. So
Yes.
the dirt road, the people. I mean, even the markets. Even because I take the bus, the dollar we call it dollar, but I mean they pack the bus like sardines. I mean,
Same like Jamaica.
same like Jamaica. So much. And the people, just hospitality. I mean, the nature is, the only difference is that, they speak Swahili and we speak Patois, but it's literally to me in Arusha, where I'm at, it's no different.
Wow. Yes. Go ahead, Empress, please. Share. Go ahead, Empress. Ask your question.
When someone buy the book, the book, right? Your book.
I'm sorry?
Could you hear me? Hold on, let me see.
Go ahead.
I turn my volume up?
I got
Yeah.
Okay. So someone gets your book, right? And they start to manifest. Would you like for them to actually like reach out to you and journal it for you? How do you want them to give you feedback?
Okay. So I do have a Facebook group that I created for the supporters of Neuro-Cosmic manifestation. So on my Facebook, which is holistic _living project. I have a link tree. So if you click on the link tree, there's a Facebook group for anyone that purchased the book. There's a private Facebook group for anyone that purchased the book to continue if they want to, I would say, if they want to get more, but also if they want that community. Because I personally believe that one of the biggest things that makes me confident with my manifestation was also community and people that believe in me and encourage in me. So that's why I created a private Facebook community for people that bought the book. And, once you plan all these things that you want to accomplish and you want to execute on, come into the Facebook group. Because again, when you're manifesting, I mean, a lot of your friends and family may not understand, like, what the hell are you doing? Who does she think she is? Because I firmly believe that manifestation actually change you because you actually have to vibrate on the frequency of that thing that you want. There's no way that you can get that thing that you want and not change. You may get it, but you may not be able to keep it. So when you're manifesting, your frequency is going to change. Everything about you is going to change. If you're doing it in a holistic way, like what the book is teaching you to do, then it's very critical that I feel like you be in a community of people that understand and speak the same language. So your manifest, so they don't kill it. They don't kill your dreams or your ideas. So yeah.
And those that are tuning in, please contact our dear sister Natasha at holisticlp@gmail if you want more information about the Facebook and all that, because I know sometimes she's on and off of social media. Believe me, it could get overwhelming to her sometimes. But send her a love gift via PayPal. Is that the right PayPal email, darling? That's the right PayPal email, and Dezonie at Gmail.
Correct.
Okay, and I want to remind people also, in your book you talk about in your chapter 53, healthy relationship and life manifestation, and then chapter 4, and then chapter 5 at intimacy and sacred sexuality, life manifestation. I understand you manifested a new love. How is that going, my dear? How is that going?
Oh, I didn't manifest a new love.
Oh, I seen pictures like y'all, on your Instagram. You look like you manifested something. I don't know.
No, no, no. So those pictures
Okay.
are because those pictures, every chapter comes with a picture.
Oh,
Because,
okay.
yeah, people. So I literally embody every chapter in picture form. So that's what those chapters are about. So for the relationship chapters, I break it down into, relationship with your friends and your family, how to heal those relationship up, but also how to manifest and I would say work, and how would you like those relationships to be, what's the ideal I would say version of how you want those relationships to look. But then I'll also get into that partnership. That's a different thing. So you get into partnership. How do you like, what is it you need to work on, I would say, as an individual before you, I would say, get in alignment with that divine partner. And then ideally, what do you want that to look like? But also let's talk about one of the biggest thing that I feel like when we get into this healing work, nobody talk about sex. Nobody talk about, like, we all got here because someone had sex. So let's talk about healthy sex and what those intimacy looks like for you, and what are some of the things that you want, I would say, your partner to do, so forth. So yeah, so I was just breaking that down. That was one of my good friend that took the picture with me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm all in on your business. Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's okay.
Go ahead, Empress. You have another question, please. Go ahead.
I love the chapters. I love the titles of your chapters. And it's like, it's like you're so thorough with it. And it's like
Thank you.
I have never seen a book like this. Like it's not a book. It's like, I don't know, like guidance. This is
Thank you.
like this is so expansive. And
Thank you.
is 84 days enough to do all of these, to manifest as all of these chapters? I mean, if you need some more, is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Healing, of course. I'm still healing many layers of myself. So 84 days is
Mhm.
the groundwork to say, this is what's happening. This is what the gap. Here's where I'm at. Here are some of the things, the shadow work, the fears that I need to get through, and here's where I want to go, and here's what here's where I want to go, and it give you that again. This book is 84 days to give you a containment for these dreams and aspiration that you want to materialize, that you want to manifest.
Mhm.
And one by one, maybe 84 days is first, you work on your mental health, and you actively, I would say, but you actively work on it. But I wouldn't say, 84 days and you forget about it, or 84 days and you have everything in your life that you ever want. I'm saying this 84 days, just like, when a baby's baby take 9 months to come to fruition, or some people take 6 months. But after that, the baby has to continue to grow, right? The babies continue to need different nourishment to live. So think about this book as the first containment, like the 9-month containment. I mean the Hoven for your dreams, goals, and aspiration. This is the first containment. But after you give birth, and give birth looks differently. It doesn't mean that you give birth. I mean, it means just taking action. So maybe taking action on different things throughout the 84 days. I would say maybe that's what it looks like for you. But it's not just end and done. Forget, 84 days and I'm never gonna.
Yes, I get you.
And you know what's so funny? She said she talked about numerology. The 8 and the 4 are the numbers of discipline. They're multiples of.
Oh,
It's also, and 8 is one of the ancestral numbers, the old soul energy numbers that connects you back to your ancestors and understanding money and power. But it's not just understanding money and power from a physical, it's also balancing it with the spiritual and understanding that manifestation is representative of the 8. That is one of the 8 manifesting money, power on a spiritual and a physical perspective. And then the
oh
4 deals with
with
discipline,
the discipline.
organization. So manifestation and spiritual discipline on multiple levels is needed. That's why it adds up to that 12, which is a 3, which deals with the expansion level on multiple levels.
Thank you for breaking it down even better.
I'm trying to help as much as I can.
Thanks. I'll learn something new from you.
But look, knowledge is infinite, so we got to keep on studying. I don't stop studying, and that's why I tell people don't limit yourself. Because even I said on a recent interview, I said, look, if you was counting and then you died and was still counting in the spiritual realm and then came back through another mother's womb and still counting, numbers will still be going. It's an infinite energy. That's what thinking on that level. And that's why I never limit yourself. Never limit where you're going, where you got to go, what you got to study, but make sure whatever you're studying, you apply it. Apply it.
Right.
That's what I like. That's what you do. And tell us about the transitional doula. Tell us about that. I want people to understand that real quick. What's that all about? Briefly, because I know you manifested that.
Briefly, I would say, right, thank you. I would say, especially living in America, I feel like there was no, I don't see any holistic ways of supporting people who are dying. I feel like, we bury them and then there's no intentionality of supporting the dying. So that was, as a social worker, as an empath, as a highly sensitive person, that was one of my, that's something that also draw me to that, because I believe that, just like, when a baby, they said like, when a baby's born, we celebrate. But when somebody dies, like it's like crickets. You know what I mean? It's like, so I want to be part of, I would say, a paradigm of people who are so intentional about supporting people who are dying in a holistic way. But not only that, start creating plans around your, I would say, your transitions. I mean, do you have a will? Do you have a plan? I want to sit with my grandma and start taking on even her favorite recipe. I mean, just different things. So even our stories, like different things to, I would say, to preserve her legacy, to preserve my family legacy, and so forth. So I'm big on preserving legacy and big on using practical things, whether that's creating like I think one of the things in my transitional doula training was helping the person who's dying to create their story. Like, what's your story? Like, imagine, like, I'm like, just one of my thing is like, I hope I meet somebody here in the motherland that's transitioning, and they want me to write down their story before they transition, and be able to give that to the family. I mean, that's one of my biggest dreams, to be able to write on people's story and give it to the family, but also having people write down their own story, because I firmly believe that's how we keep our own tradition and legacy alive. So yeah, so that's it is in a nutshell.
Okay. Empress Aisha, you have the last question before we move forward. Please go ahead.
Like, so this is how I'm feeling. Like, to be an empath, to be how you are, it's like being in New York is a part of that edge. So how did you sustain yourself? Like, how did you continue to be a loving soul and a caring soul and be able to be in tune with life the way you are? To just be able to just keep flying and moving forward. Like, sometimes when you get to New York, there are certain places in your life you can't stop because you lose a certain part of yourself. But
Absolutely.
but you didn't. You just expanded. You just progressed and just kept going. And how do you?
You're gonna make me cry. um, but I don't want to be fake and tell people that I'd never struggle. But
I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel it too. I feel it too. We with you. We with you.
Yes, yes, sister. Go ahead. Let it out. It's all right. I do it sometimes too, beautiful. Honestly, believe me.
You're
We
gonna
all
make me cry too. Shoot.
we all
I'm
here.
not
I'm
gonna
feeling this.
We're all here.
because I have struggled.
You want to wipe your
But
tears? I do have your book in front. I have your book in front. If you want to wipe your tears and get back.
um,
It's a journey, people. I just want to let people know this is
it's a journey.
it's a journey.
It's
Believe me.
it's a journey.
It's a journey, and I have struggled a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I think there's a part of you that know, even within the storm and the struggle,
Mm,
that
mm,
this is just for a moment. And
mm,
even if you don't feel like it, the universe, God, spirits, whatever you believe in, always find a way
mm,
to remind you of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I came to the motherland.
mm,
I didn't have any. I don't have any. Even Simon know, like I don't have a crazy budget. I
mm,
don't have like $1 million in my bank account. I literally know one person out here,
mm,
Mm-hmm.
one person, and in 3 weeks, that one person wanted to move me into a new location because she had family coming, and I went to the river and I started to cry because I was like, where am I going? I can't live anywhere. I need a new place. And I have to find a new place that's gonna allow me to thrive, but also allow me to survive and sustain myself, financially, spiritually, mentally.
mm,
And I tell you that day when I went to the river to cry,
mm, mm,
Oh, Hashay.
mm, mm. Let's go
this
ahead.
random this random guy
Mm,
started to speaking to me in Swahili, and I was like, I don't speak Swahili.
mm,
And it was like, oh, I speak English
mm, mm,
too.
mm,
And normally I want to just like leave me alone. I need time to cry my tears away so I can figure out where I'm gonna move to and how I'm gonna find an apartment in a country that I'm so new to.
mm,
But there's something in me that give this person a chance. Listen to
mm, mm.
him.
Yes.
And within 2 days, he told me about this university, and I start asking around. And I move into this university. It's safe. It's secure. I mean, I started doing workshops here. I started just be able to thrive in this space, a community of people that really care and support me. So everything I want to tell people, like everything happened for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And you using your pain, because energy, like emotions is all energy in motion. And energy never dies. Either you transfer it or you transform it. And for some reason, I was always able to transform those energies. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, instead of living there, I sit there and I cry. Don't get me wrong. I cry. I cry it out. I'm like, I miss anxiety. I probably could hit assignment, like, I don't know what to do. But I don't live there. I don't live there. I let it flow through me. I let it flow through me. I let it be. But I always find a way, because we are creator from a creator. I always find a way to transform that energy into something of development and growth. And it's because we all got the ability to do it. We all have the ability to create. We all have the ability to transform these energies. Life give you lemons, and we all have to make lemonades with them. And I'm just always passionate about making these I would say setback into triumphs. It's a Scorpio rising in me.
That's mercy.
But that's a whole other story.
I love that
But
story.
yeah, so that answer your question is, life hits, and I'm just thankful that with the work that I've been doing, from Queen of Four, Dr. Africa, all those teachers have really helped me, and from my mental health work, as a social worker, those different things have continued to help me to stay grounded, even when it's hard to. So yeah.
I send you so much love. Oh my God. I
You
really thank you.
before you leave, I want you to share a brief story because you didn't get to come on the Dr. Africa tribute. And I want you to spend a brief share a brief story about your experience with Dr. Africa when you went to study with him at his home, please.
Oh, you gonna make me cry again.
No,
But
just share the story.
it's where do I start? I mean, even just getting there to to um to Dr. Africa house in it's Indianapolis, right?
Yes, in
Yeah.
Indianapolis, right?
I mean, my flight got delayed. Well, actually, I missed my flight 3 times. I finally got there, I think, after 12 that night. And I went to study. I think he had like an intro class to holistic wellness,
Yes.
and the where do I even begin? I felt people, if I can be like, I told people like it was like 3 days of sitting down with God and asking God all the questions you have in your head,
Yeah.
and not he never ridiculed me or shamed me. I
That's
mean,
right.
he was just open. Like, I've never met a teacher that was so open. And I guess the psychologist issued me want to know about his life. He was even telling me about his life.
Yeah.
And it was so inspiring to sit down with him and learn from him. But even him as a person, he was just so kind. I
Yeah.
mean, we went running. I mean, I think the next day that we were there, and I couldn't even keep up with him. I was like, I was like, I'm gonna go home and rest. But he kept going. He was just a man. He was a real discipline,
Yeah.
love for his people, love for anybody. I mean, and he just tell you like it is. He doesn't sugarcoat it. I mean, I love that man. I mean, I love him. And he was just so. He was like the grandfather I wish I had. Well,
Yeah.
no. Well, he's my spiritual grandfather because I love my grandfather.
Right.
But I guess the story, he was just always kind and open to me. As a person that's sensitive, I mean,
Yeah.
he just make it in a way that it was very warm. And I will never forget the 3 days of just me and him just learning about African spirituality, but also learning about health and a lot of things that's hidden from us as people of color. So I can go on for days. But he's definitely my spiritual grandfather, and I'm just thankful for just the opportunity to be able to experience him in this lifetime.
Right. Well, thank you so much for even sharing that, because I know certain people, when I ask them to share things, they get all teary-eyed because, of course, we transitioned last year, and he just had a 75th birthday. I did a tribute to him right here on YouTube, and and I want people to know that I still have his information in all my YouTube. You can always send a donation to his legacy. His wife is still handling it. She's still doing her thing. She's just quiet, and she's been married to him for 15 years, so she basically lost her best friend. So
Yeah, she's grieving.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's still mourning, she's still grieving, she's still there. You know what I'm saying? But He did his work, people. He did his work.
Mm.
And he was respectful in his work that he did. So again, beautiful Natasha. I want to give you a well-deserved round of applause
Thank
for
you for having me.
being a part.
Thank you, Empress Aisha. Thank you, Simon, for having me.
I love and respect you in all your travels and what you're doing. Again, people, make sure you get the book. I keep on posting the book in the links here, but let me post the book again with the link. It's going to cover your face a little bit, my sister, but this book is a very good book to help you transform. And like she said, it's the beginning of the process. This is what it all. 84 days don't mean it's going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 84 days in completion, but it's the beginning of the process that's going to lead you to a higher level of who and what you are. And you need to take advantage of it. Also, please email her via holistic LP. That's holistic LP at Gmail. Send her a love gift because she's doing work over there, mental health work, transitional doula work out there. She's doing all that work out there. Show her some PayPal love. Give her some love and show her some love and help her on her journey and help her to keep on manner. And this book, I'm telling you, family, it's a beautiful book. You should have it in your archives. You should read it. You should study it. If you're an empath, it will help you, guide you, and understand your path and how you're walking your path in relationship, in business, and travel, wherever you're going. This sister has done it. You see her here in Tanzania. You see her here in Kemet. She's been doing it, and I gotta admit, she's been doing it. I've been watching her, and like I said, go with your feelings. I always tell her, go with her feelings. Because that's just the energy of the two. Two need to go with their intuition and their feelings. So as long as it's good for you and it's good for your family and good for everybody around you, go for it. That's how I tell people. Thank you very much, beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, Simon and Aisha.
You've been very inspiring. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you.
Love you. Love you.
Bye-bye. Love you too.
All right, take care. That's our girl. One that love to my sister. She's not only she's been doing her work, and like I said, I'm proud of all you Leo women that be doing y'all work. So big up to you, Leo. Hope y'all born the same day. So it's and I tell people all the time, people born the same day, they might be living in different parts of the world doing certain things, but the thread of the principles of mathematics is still there. The healing principle. You have your own healing principle. You have your own sensitivities, just like she does. So it's also James Baldwin is born the same day. So, that's an interesting an author. So I know y'all are supposed to write and let it out from your emotion. If you watch James Baldwin speak, he was very emotional about his speak. He'll let it out. And he's very articulate with his words. You can tell he knows how to pronunciate certain things. Yes. You know what I'm saying? He gets into it, and he'll lean back and watch you. I watch you. I'll check him out. So I see how powerful people born on August the 2nd can be. So thank you very much, Empress Aisha Amor, for joining today's broadcast, this morning's broadcast. I know I woke you up early too. So and let me share your information real quick. We're going to do a prayer, of course. We definitely going to close out with prayers again all the time. Of course, for spiritual upliftment, self-esteem, consultation, or someone to speak with, contact Empress Aisha Moore via email at empressaishamoore@gmail. And I think you should get a Google phone number if you can. Get a Google phone number. That's a business. That could be your business line. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you could just Google phone, and they're usually cheap. It's like $1.99, 99 cents a month. You can't beat that. You get a recording, it goes straight to your phone. At least you'll know when that phone is somebody's calling that phone, somebody's calling because it say Google call, or you put in your phone Google. It's a Google line, and that will happen. So I suggest that because we want to take you to the next level of business and people to be able to contact you, not just via email. Of course, the PayPal is up here and the Cash App is up here, but also via phone line. And people don't disturb. Just put your phone on mute at night so it don't disturb you, or turn it off. Because believe me, I learned to do that. And also, let's big up your products, of course. Wilmillion Adornments. We want to shout that out also, Wilmillion Adornments. And please DM her or email her at the numbers that you want. She got some great earrings, sisters, brothers. If you want to buy some great earrings for a present for your woman, she makes it herself, her and her daughters. They really put their spirit into this, especially her. And this, when I walk the street, and I have to say the story, when I walk the street, people actually stop her where she got her earrings from. I've seen it. Even African Muslim sisters stop her. Where you got them earrings from? And she said, I have them right here in my bag. I make them. And she sold a pair of earrings. We went to an event with Master Mo and his beautiful queen, Empress Michelle. And they were selling right there. You know what I'm saying? People were buying her stuff right there. So I was like, she seen it hanging in her earring, and it's like, yo, what? And she makes ornaments for the chain and headpieces. And so, yeah, support our sister and get that orgasmic experience. That's what I call it. Orgasmic experience. And reflect, and she can help you with your colors. She could at least put on your red colors. If you love a color, she could definitely give you. If you love purple, she give you purple. She love blue, she give you blue. She hand makes them, and it's a beautiful thing. Again, I want to thank you for even your creativity in doing that. That is not a joke. You got to be creative to do those type of things and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? All right. So you all right, sis? You ready?
Yes, I see my battery is about to go down. I'm like, oh wow.
Oh, really? So say the prayer real quick, and let's close out, and then I'm gonna go and finish it off. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, no problem.
Go ahead.
Ooh, give thanks. Okay.
Give thanks.
Take a deep breath. Let's breathe. All right. Please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now.
Thank you very much, sister. I don't want your battery to die on me, so I'm going to run down the commercials before we finish. Thank you very much, my dear. I love and respect you. Keep on doing what you're doing. Stay focused, stay alive, stay healthy, and give those babies a great big hug. Although they're not babies anymore, give them a big hug for me. All right?
Well, give yourself a big hug, a big kiss.
Oh, I got to step back and kiss myself. Like James Brown. Whoop, a stoplight. All right, darling. All right.
Thanks.
Take care. Love you. Take care. Be safe. All right. That's our sister, Empress Aisha Moore. Want to make sure she don't die on us. As far well, not the computer. Make sure the computer don't die on us. Also, those who want to support Dr. Delbert Blair, that prayer that you just seen, this prayer right here was written and created by Dr. Delbert Blair. And please, if you want to support his legacy, his birthday is coming up on February the 13th. I believe he would have been, 87 or 88 years of age. I got to check that, but want to see if I can do a brief salute to him by playing some of his stuff that he did with me, some of the lectures he did with me on YouTube. But yes, Dr. Delbert Blair's legacy. Go to his official website, the metacenter2.com. That's the metacenter2.com. And his books, his ELF protectors and products and more. I believe Tony and the staff over there, Brother Tony and the staff, is still doing consultations, whether it's dealing with the Faraday science, whether it's dealing with magnetic science, because Dr. Blair was all into magnets and all of that kind of stuff. And, I think he passed on at 82, 83 years of age. I was the last person to bring him to New York as far as a lecture is concerned. So enough respect to the great ancestor, Dr. Delbert Blair. I believe. And also, I always got to say, content disclaimer, views, comments, and opinions expressed by guests, speakers, and authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Again, if you want to do a Numerovation session with me, please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. And if you live outside of the United States, please use WhatsApp. If you use WhatsApp, I do a thing called Numerovation. I do not do just numerology. I do Numerovation, where I blend the principles of numerology with the principles of motivation and stimulate you to help activate or maximize your numbers. Whether you use it or not, hopefully you'll continue to listen to the recording that I send you after we finish. And I've gotten better. For those who have done stuff with me years ago, I'm not the same way. That's why I created my own system. I am not the same. Nobody's supposed to stay the same. And that's why I keep on studying. If you see the amount of books that I carry with me and ordering and sending it to my home in New York while I'm traveling, I'm very serious about what I do. And I want people to know that I'm a very serious person. Live clean, fight dirty. Now, if you fight me, I'm going to fight and use everything I can to fight you. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how small you are, but I live clean. I thrive to live clean. But, you know, if you've been taught certain ways how to fight, you know what it is. You got to protect yourself. Life is about protection of yourself. So I'm very focused about what I do, no matter how small or big you are, how big I am. I'm about what, 5'5", 5'6", about $150. Hey, but if a $150 hits you with all 150, like our teachers taught us how to put out all 150 pounds in our punch or more, it's going to be a hit, especially a direct hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hit you. I recall doing security, and one of the other security guards was playing with me. He tried to play with me and tried to swing at me, and I ducked it and hit him directly through his throat. One of those Wing Chun punches. Pop! And he stopped. He said, yo, but I held back. I did not go through him because we taught to see through a person. And I hit him so quick. I was like this. And I hit him so quick, and he would just say, you know what, bro, I'm never going to do that again to you, because I moved so quickly with what he swung, and because I didn't know he was coming. But because of the training that great teachers that I've had over the years since the 80s, and even watching Bruce Lee, I have to admit, Jim Kelly and all the great ones, Ron Van Cleef, all the great ones on television, we used to come running out and jumping outside to go play and practice all the martial arts that we learned with Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly on TV and Ron Van Cleef and all that. So, you know, I thank the Creator for guiding me to learn how to defend myself in multiple ways, and meeting the teachers that I have met or studied even via watching them on television. And I tell people, study, learn how to protect yourself, not just spiritually, but also physically. Learn how to put on that full armor of the Creator on you. There's an armor that you have to, and armor, if you study the word armor, it's in my book too, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Armor from head all the way down to foot, physically as well as spiritually. So pay attention to that, you know. Again, big up to pedalwise.com. That's pedalwise.com. Respect to pedalwise.com. If you want that 10% off, there it is. King 2021. Go to website pedalwise.com and get that 10% off coupon. That is the 10% coupon code King 2021. Also, remember one of my beloved teachers, the one, the only Lloyd Strayhorn, has 2 classes, beginners classes for astronumerology and intermediate classes. Go to his website to get the deals. www.lloyd-strayhorn.com. Also, my classes is coming up. You want to learn Numerovation course? It's the Numerovation course. Learn the BAP method, which I have brought together from the downloads that I receive. And I'm still downloading because, like I said, numbers are infinite, information is infinite. So I'm constantly adding more, taking away, adding more, multiplying it, dividing it up, all that kind of stuff. So I'm building a curriculum here. So be patient with me, because when it does release, always going to be something else in this 8 year that I'm in. We're going to release it more than likely in this 8 year, because it's all about manifestation this year. Also, support our dear sister, Miss Janelle Lewis, a licensed real estate salesperson and consultant. Her and I had some laugh on the phone yesterday. It was so hilarious. Number is 347-866-1153. If you want to be consulted about buying your property or buying commercial property, whatever you want to buy, buying your own condo, this sister can consult you wherever you are in the world. Hit her up, even by WhatsApp. If you're outside the United States, I'm sure she can help you with that too. And if you want to buy property throughout the tri-state area of New York, boom, this sister can give you that guidance. And she's even doing things in St. Lucia in the Caribbean. So big up to her. She's doing her things throughout and expanding her business into the Caribbean. And of course, if you want any of my books, this book, Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. This book, Numbers are simple. Children's health is important. And this book, no promotion is bad promotion, is my motivational book. And all publicity is good publicity. Very good books. Those 3 books that I just mentioned, if you support me, you're supporting Dr. Layla Africa. Go to Amazon and get these books. They're all on Amazon. Or go to my link tree. That's King Simon the Numerovator at Linktree. At Linktree, King Simon the Numerovator, and you'll see all the links. It's just one stop place where you can get all the links. And of course, my newest book, the hardcover and the soft cover, is available. All you have to do, and matter of fact, let me put this deal that we got going on for this month: $5 off. If you DM me or via Instagram at King Simon Production, or text me via 347-496-1022, please. It's $5 off each book for the month. $5 off for this month until February 28th. That's when it's all over. And once again, support our sister's book, Natasha Dezonie, Neuro-Cosmic Manifestation. This journal is a powerful journal for you to write on and all that beautiful stuff, and journal yourself for 84 days into manifestation, Neuro-Cosmic Manifestation. Don't forget, 1 o'clock, family. Woo, y'all better get ready. This is what's happening. I have at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our beloved brother, our attorney at war, Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, attorney at war. The topic is this particular book. Like it says on the flyer, it says this may be the most controversial or healing book of the NOI or Black Power movement's history. Can peace prevail, or will this tear them to pieces? Only time will tell. King Simon presents right here on YouTube with special guest co-hosts, the great one, Sister Shahrazad Ali, of course, who just celebrated her birthday on the 5th of February. So we're going to wish her a happy birthday right here. Although she'll say, I don't celebrate that stuff, King Simon. She'll say that to me. But hey, we got to give them roses. And I tell people all the time, although Europeans usurped the birthday, usually they took it over and made it what they call it now, with the Aquarius and this. Birth was a very important part of our ancestry. It was like a celebration. It wasn't labor, it was celebration. If you read Dr. Africa's book about Black children and how to raise Black children, get that book. Go to his website and get that book. Big, thick book also. He shows you the balance, the ma'at of relationship. And then he shows you from a European perspective how they do it and how we did it. So please understand, your birthday is not European. Your birthday was stolen by the European and created something for themselves, but birthday has always been a celebration. It's a celebration. People have birthday parties all the time, but it's always been a spiritual and a physical celebration, as your transition should be a spiritual and physical transition celebration, because you're still going into another life from that other realm, going into another realm. So we got to understand that. And I respect that most. And I don't dog out birthdays or earth days or cosmic returns or solar returns. Understand it, celebrate it. Let your family celebrate you. If you're getting older, celebrate your children, celebrate all of them, because they could have died at birth. People die at birth. You know what I'm saying? People could have been choked out by an umbilical cord or not make it through the birth canal. The mother could have died. All of that. Your father died before you come out. All of this could happen. That's why you always have to respect people's life and their transition, because it's still another form of life moving on, just being part of the whole ecosystem of life, from the life that we come into this earth to the transition of this from this realm. So hey, my family, I am out of here. I want to thank each and every one of you. I will see y'all at 1 o'clock, because I'm going to have on another hat. I'm going to have on my other hat for this one, and another shirt for this one, because it's going to be something else. It might get heated, but I want to just bring balance, because I have to ask the questions. I'm not here to disrespect the Nation of Islam. I'm not here to disrespect the new Black Panther movement or the Black Power movement. I'm here to bring balance so it doesn't turn out to be war, because of what is said in the book. And but we're gonna talk about it with Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, and of course Big up to Dr. Farrah Gray, who did the foreword. That's Khalid Muhammad's son. And big up to all the people he shouted out, from Ashra Kwesi to Ya Asantiwa Nzinga. Great friends of mine already. I already know who they are. But enough respect. And I got some questions I got questions from outside of the audience. I got questions from non-Nation of Islam members. I got questions from Nation of Islam members under Minister Farrakhan. I got questions from Nation of Islam members from the other offshoot organization that supports strictly the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I got questions from different angles because I knew I wasn't going to be able to read all 500 pages of this book. I'm still going through it. Believe me. And I know it's a powerful book. I think everybody should get the book. Get the book. But we'll talk about it at 1:00 with Malik Zulu Shabazz. We'll talk about the book of Khalid. Family, y'all be safe out there. I love y'all. I respect y'all. I honor y'all. And I want y'all to be your very best mathematically, as well as physically, as well as spiritually. Y'all take care. Peace.